Imagine a turtle sitting perfectly still on a log, stretching its neck toward the sky as the sun beats down. To us, it might look lazy, even sleepy, but to turtles, basking in the sun is a matter of life and death. Have you ever wondered why these ancient reptiles spend so much time motionless in the sunlight? The truth is, every slow movement and every pause under the sun hides a secret about their survival. Without basking, turtles wouldn't last long in the wild. But why is the sun so important to their existence? To begin with, turtles are cold-blooded creatures, which means they can't generate their own body heat like humans or mammals can. Instead, they rely entirely on their environment to regulate their temperature. If it's too cold, they become sluggish and can barely move. If it's too hot, they risk overheating. Basking in the sun allows them to warm up their bodies to the exact level they need, giving them the energy to hunt, escape predators, and survive. But basking isn't just about staying warm, it's about survival at the most basic biological level. A turtle's metabolism depends on its body temperature. When it's cold, digestion slows almost to a stop, leaving food undigested and even rotting inside. By basking, turtles raise their internal temperature so they can properly digest food and absorb nutrients. Without this solar boost, their bodies would slowly shut down. The sun also acts as a vital source of vitamin D, which turtles cannot live without. Just like humans, turtles need vitamin D to absorb calcium and build strong bones and shells. A turtle that doesn't get enough sun will suffer from weakened shells, brittle bones, and eventually fatal health problems. Basking is not just a comfort, it's their way of fueling their very skeleton. And basking exposes turtles to one of their greatest dangers: predators. When a turtle is stretched out on a log or rock, it's far more vulnerable than when it's underwater. Birds of prey, raccoons, and even larger reptiles see basking turtles as easy meals. Every time a turtle climbs out of the water to warm itself, it faces a gamble to get the heat it needs to live, or risk being spotted and attacked. That gamble makes basking a powerful example of natural balance. If turtles don't bask enough, they become weak, sick, and unable to survive. But if they bask too carelessly, they can be caught by predators. Evolution has shaped their behavior, so they choose the right moments, carefully watching their surroundings as they soak up the sun. Their stillness hides an intense awareness of danger. Interestingly, basking also plays a role in keeping turtles clean and healthy. The sun's heat helps kill harmful parasites, fungi, and bacteria that thrive on their shells. Without regular basking, turtles risk infections that can spread through their bodies. So, every moment in the sun is like a natural medicine, burning away invisible threats that water alone cannot wash off. For aquatic turtles, basking provides a break from an entirely different danger. Constant immersion in water, staying wet all the time, softens their shells and skin, leaving them vulnerable to disease. By climbing onto logs or rocks to bask, they dry themselves out, preventing dangerous shell rot. This simple act of sunbathing ensures their shells remain strong armor, instead of turning into fragile weaknesses. In colder climates, basking takes on an even more dramatic role. Turtles that don't get enough sun before winter may not survive hibernation. They need to store energy, strengthen their shells, and prepare their bodies for months of slowing down. Basking in the warm months is their preparation for the coldest battles of the year. Without enough heat, their chances of making it through winter drop drastically. Sea turtles, though different from pond turtles, also depend on heat in their own way. While they don't bask on logs, female sea turtles that come ashore to nest are affected by the sun's warmth. Even the temperature of the sand heated by the sun determines whether hatchlings will be male or female. So, in ways both direct and indirect, the sun shapes turtle survival across the world. But what happens when the sun isn't available? On cloudy days, turtles often pile on top of each other to share and trap heat. This unusual behavior shows how desperate they are to keep their bodies warm. Their survival instincts push them into unusual cooperation, turning basking into a social event with life or death importance. For pet turtles, basking is just as vital. Without a heat lamp that mimics the sun, captive turtles suffer quickly. Owners must provide artificial basking spots, or risk their pets developing weak shells, slow metabolisms, and fatal illnesses. This human-controlled environment mirrors the critical role the sun plays in nature. Without it, turtles simply cannot function. The tension grows when we realize that basking sites themselves are becoming limited in the wild. Human development often destroys natural logs, rocks, and quiet shorelines turtles rely on. When basking spots vanish, turtles are forced into crowded, risky areas, making them easier prey. Something as simple as a missing log in a river can change the survival odds for entire groups of turtles. Pollution adds another threat. When water becomes dirty or contaminated, turtles may avoid leaving it, sacrificing their basking time for safety. Or worse, basking surfaces become coated with chemicals or waste, harming turtles instead of helping them. Their delicate balance with the sun becomes disrupted, leaving them trapped between danger and survival. Climate change is also rewriting the rules of basking. Warmer winters and hotter summers force turtles to adjust their habits in ways evolution never prepared them for. In some regions, they may overheat quickly when basking, while in others, unpredictable weather robs them of precious sun exposure. This fragile rhythm, once dependable, is now in jeopardy. Despite these challenges, turtles continue to cling to the survival strategies that have kept them alive for millions of years. Fossils show that their ancestors basked in the sun long before humans ever appeared. This behavior is not just instinct, it's a survival tactic honed across the ages. Every basking turtle you see today is proof of a lineage that refused to give up. Watching turtles bask also teaches us something about patience and stillness. While we rush through our days, turtles remind us that survival often depends on knowing when to pause. Their quiet sunbathing hides a storm of survival strategies, a careful balance between life-giving warmth and the constant threat of predators. What seems slow is, in truth, a masterclass in calculated survival. The next time you see a turtle basking, remember that you're witnessing an ancient ritual. Each still moment under the sun is an act of resilience, a strategy that ensures their body functions, their shell strengthens, and their life continues. Basking isn't laziness, it's survival in its purest form. Turtles may look peaceful in the sun, but beneath their stillness lies the weight of countless evolutionary battles. From digestion to disease prevention, from predator evasion to seasonal preparation, basking holds the key to their continued existence. It's not just a habit, it's the foundation of their survival. So, why do turtles bask in the sun? Because without it, they wouldn't survive. The sun gives them warmth, health, and strength, while also exposing them to risks that test their instincts daily. It's a reminder that even the slowest animals live lives filled with tension, balance, and survival strategies. In the end, basking turtles aren't just soaking up the sun, they're proving that patience, persistence, and nature's rhythms can outlast millions of years.